Settlers, why does it make a difference that you're a settler? No, it isn't that we just first come, first serve. No, it's that settlers created this country. It wasn't here. And yeah, a lot of things change when we bring in particularly such large numbers. I mean, there's a reason that the main immigration restrictionist group in the country is called Numbers USA, not, Mexicans suck USA. It's that we do need to assimilate people to this wonderful country of ours.
Ann Coulter and Ana Kasparian went at it in a heated live debate with a live audience that was very much so on Ana Kasparian's side to start off the whole thing. And shockingly, Ann Coulter was able to win over this audience. I didn't think that it would happen, but it did. And whenever this was actually taking place, Ana Kasparian was a whole lot more woke than she is currently. Obviously, Ana Kasparian now is kind of coming over to our side and everything. When this took place, Ana Kasparian was all the way still on the woke side of things, and Ann Coulter was already the base person that she is today. So she calls her out here live in front of this live audience, and the audience actually really enjoys it because Ana Kasparian tries her best to pander to them. And I think they kind of realized what she was doing, and they understand that Ann Coulter was just trying to tell them the truth, while Ana Kasparian is just trying to pander to the woke audience and the very obvious, Latino-leaning audience here.
Would America benefit from limiting or eliminating immigrants?
Well, I think it makes sense to limit immigrants. We do have, our resources are not, they're finite. So, of course, it makes sense to limit.
But just culturally, because we've done the financial economic part.
Look, I'm not afraid of different cultures, right? I'm not afraid of people speaking Spanish. It doesn't get me emotional. It doesn't make me feel scared. And I know that there are some people who feel afraid of that happening.
You see how she's pandering, very obviously, to the audience? I wish I could ask Ana Kasparian a question. I would love to ask her, what does the United States gain right here, right now, from letting in more immigrants at all? Legal, illegal, what do they gain? I know that she's going to say, oh, immigrants, they supercharge the economy and they're really good workers. It's like, okay, I think we have enough though, right? I think we have enough of those, correct? Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Feels like we got more than enough of those right now to where, and also we're letting in tons and tons of immigrants, more than we ever have before, and the economy is in a horrible place. So where are they at? Why are they not supercharging our economy? I thought that is just a 1-to-1 ratio where immigrants come in, economy good. I thought that's how it worked. Why is it not working right now? And she's very obviously pandering to the audience by saying, I'm not scared of Spanish-speaking people coming into the country. It doesn't make me emotional to hear Spanish. Yeah, you don't have to say, nobody else is saying that, I don't think. It doesn't make me emotional to hear Spanish either. But I definitely wouldn't want the United States to become a primarily Spanish-speaking country, and I think most Americans out there would agree with that. Let's see what else Ana Kasparian has to say.
My parents are immigrants. My dad was born in Syria, my mom was born in Armenia, I was born here in Los Angeles, and nothing makes me happier than seeing different cultural, different heritages all around me. And for some reason, there's this fear on the right in regard to different cultures. I know that you, Anne, have spoken extensively about, oh my God, English is no longer going to be the main language in the United States. That's not true. That's not true. And besides which, why does it make you so uncomfortable to hear people speak Spanish, right? And then you also refer to your own family members as settlers. Well, okay, so they got the luck of the draw and they were able to come into this country and settle without, people discriminating against them and stopping them from doing so. But who are we to say, oh, Mexicans can't come in because, as you say, you think they're peasants? I don't think they're peasants. I actually think that they enrich this country with their culture. So.
Ana Kasparian, dude, she's pandering so hard. Who are we to say that Mexicans can't come in or that other people from other countries can't come in? Well, Anna, we are citizens of this country. And the people who are leading this country, the people who settled this country, who founded this country and made it what it is today, they have a right to be able to say who can come in and who can't because they built this country. They built the greatest superpower in the world. Whether or not you believe it is still to this day, it still is, no matter what you think, the best place to live in the world. If you talk to anybody who is actually well-traveled, they'll always say the United States is the best place to live unless they're like a passport bro or something like that. But the United States is 100% the best place to live in the world. You don't get the variety of choice that you get in the US and any other country in the world, where you can go live in Florida if you want to, or if you want to see people pooping in the streets, you can go live in San Francisco. There's so much different variety that you can choose from. It's the best place in the world to live. So I think we do have a right to be able to say who comes in and who doesn't come in. And I think every country has that right as well. It just so happens that the United States has the most people wanting to come in. So we're having to turn away the most people unless we want our country to be flooded as it was in the last 4 years under Joe Biden.
We're going to get 3 questions. First of all, this sneering mocking of Americans who suddenly wake up one day and find out no one is speaking English in their neighborhoods, I think is extremely elitist and snooty. I'm quite sure you all wouldn't like it if your kids came home from school and they sounded like Sarah Palin. I think that would be a cultural shock for you. Certainly in California, most of the neighborhoods that have gone all Hispanic are black neighborhoods, and not through casual.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
Casual movement. One of the ways our culture changes with immigration, both legal and illegal, is there is not a lot of tolerance, as much tolerance as Americans have. You have black gangs, or rather Hispanic gangs, going into the black neighborhoods, screaming epithets, throwing bottles at their houses. The LA Times has written this up extensively. So I think it's very sneering and mocking of you to be referring to mostly African American and other immigrant neighborhoods that suddenly aren't speaking English, and oh, they're afraid of Spanish. No, they think that their kids shouldn't be turned away from a job at McDonald's because they don't speak Spanish. That was one witness's testimony in Congress.
I mean, that would 100% happen. Ana Kasparian's laughing at what Ann Coulter is saying here, but that would 100% happen. I mean, if you live in a primarily Spanish-speaking area, and then your child is not taught Spanish as their primary language, why would you hire somebody like that? Like that, it would be dumb. It would be stupid to hire somebody if you live in a primarily Spanish-speaking area and somebody speaks English versus another candidate speaks fluent Spanish. Why the hell would you hire the person that doesn't speak fluent Spanish when it's in a Spanish-speaking area? It'd be dumb. So it makes sense. The people who have lived here forever, if their neighborhoods are being overtaken by people who are coming here from another country, it makes sense that you're like a little bit apprehensive about that. That's not something to laugh at, I don't think. It's not some ridiculous way to feel. I feel like it's pretty reasonable, honestly. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. I find that very, very reasonable.
A black guy from Los Angeles. Settlers, why does it make a difference that you're a settler? No, it isn't that we just first come, first serve. No, it's that settlers created this country. It wasn't here. And yeah, a lot of things change when we bring in particularly such large numbers. I mean, there's a reason that the main immigration restrictionist group in the country is called Numbers USA, not, Mexicans suck USA. It's that we do need to assimilate people to this wonderful country of ours where we do learn to be tolerant and not practice racism or anti-Semitism and respect one another.
I'm glad Ann brought that up, and you could hear the crowd absolutely love it whenever she brought it up as well. Kind of what I mentioned earlier, where Ann Coulter said, it's not just first come, first serve. Like somebody just sailed to the United States, stepped foot and said, dibs, you can't have it now. It's like, no, they came here. And yeah, there were some atrocities with the Native Americans and all that stuff. But ignoring that, they built the #1 superpower in the world for the longest time. Whether or not you think they are currently, whether or not you think we are currently, it doesn't matter. It's still the best place to live in the entire world, and I'll say that forever. You talk to anybody who's actually well-traveled and has gone to multiple different countries, it's fun to go visit, but to actually live your life, it's the best place to live in is the United States of America, and it's not even close. There's no competition. But regardless, it wasn't just first come, first serve. Somebody called dibs, and now they're saying you can't come. They built this country from the ground up, and now they're saying we want to limit who can come and who can't. Every country should have that right. It just so happens that the United States is so sought after to live here that there's so many people coming that you have to say no to more people. Every country should have that right. And I don't see anything really wrong with that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this debate here between Ann Coulter and Ana Kasparian, where Ann Coulter definitely won over the crowd just by speaking facts. And, you know, Ana Kasparian tried to pander and not really bring up many facts. Ann Coulter just stating facts, and the crowd absolutely loved it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole Ann Coulter versus Ana Kasparian situation.